Welcome to another episode of the Cube 360. Welcome to a brand new year, 2013. Hope everyone had a happy new year and good holidays. So this is the first video of 2013 and I wanted to shake it up a bit. So, you know, this channel is kind of a video game spin-off, or it was a video game spin-off for back in the day from F and Dan, if any of you were still around from the F and Dan days. But this is my channel about gaming, Cube 360. I try to do reviews or sometimes playthroughs, whatever. But I want to shake things up a little bit today. Brand new year, brand new start. You know, it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. I don't think a channel needs to be solely dedicated to something, one thing, just like video games. So, you know, I'm not going to stray away from video games. I'm going to have a lot of video game related things this year. But I want to shake things up starting in the year. And I'm going to show off some DVDs here, my DVD collection. I've been looking at a lot of movie review channels lately, YouTube channels, people showing off their collection and stuff, so it's kind of inspired me to want to do this myself, and it's one thing I haven't done yet. I've showed off my video games, I've showed off my Super Nintendo collection, my Nintendo collection, whatever else, Nintendo, Sega. Way back when I first started, there was like 50 videos down. You can go look at my Super Nintendo collection or whatever. But for the purpose of this video, I want to talk about DVDs, and I have a good collection of DVDs here, and I want to talk about some DVDs here. So I'm going to try to make this quick. I got a lot of DVDs to go through. I tend to go off on a tangent sometimes, and just the snowball effect, where I start talking about something, and the next thing you know, I'm talking about something else, and I completely forget about what I was originally talking about. But I'm going to try not to do that here. I have a lot of DVDs to get through. I don't want to make this video too long. Like my Nintendo Power video was like 30 or 40 minutes long, so it was too ridiculously long. So let's start off here. We're going to look at some DVDs one at a time. I'm going to try to give like a real brief description of them and move right along. So they're mostly in alphabetical order, but I have Blu-rays as well, which are separate because they're not the same size as DVDs, unfortunately. So if you have a DVD and a Blu-ray together, it doesn't really stack well on the shelf that well, unfortunately. So we're going to go through my DVD collection first, and then I'm going to go through Blu-rays. Blu-rays are obviously the superior format, and if I could, I would upgrade them all on Blu-ray, but enough of that. Okay, so the first movie I have here is 1408 with John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. This movie is awesome. It takes place basically all in a hotel room, and John Cusack is a writer, and he's pretty good. I don't want to say much more about that. 1408. It's kind of like a suspense thriller. I enjoyed that movie. Next thing up, I'll grab these three together here. We have some movies of Aliens. I don't think you can see that there. Aliens 1, and then AVP, and AVP 2. Alien vs. Predator. So Alien vs. Predator 1 and 2, AVP Requiem. So that is that. I'm a fan of Aliens and Predator. Number 2 is my favorite one, though. Aliens is my favorite alien movie of the series. I didn't really care for the third one or Resurrection at all. Number 1 is decent. I mean, number 1's a classic, right? But for some reason, I only own the second one. Next up is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This is a hilarious movie. I love Keanu Reeves in this movie. And what's this guy's name? Alex Winter. I don't even know what happened to this guy. Just like dropped off the face of the planet. What movies has this guy been in that you can name recently? This is a very good movie. The second one I did not like. The Bogus Journey, I think it was. I didn't care for. That one's ridiculous. This is the better of the two. They go back in time. I love back in time movies. They go back to different time periods and bring back some known history people to the modern day, and that's pretty hilarious. Next up, we have Bill Murray, Broken Flowers. This movie is really, really awesome. It's a serious movie about Bill Murray. He's upset, he's kind of depressed, he's kind of moping around, and he gets a letter in the mail from an ex-girlfriend saying that he potentially has a child with them, and he's set on a journey to go find this ex. They don't have a return address, so he's thinking about what time period that like 20 years ago that he had, because she's like, oh, your boy is like about 20 years old now, or 18 or something, and he was thinking, okay, well, 20 years ago, who were my girlfriends? So pretty good movie. Yeah, Bill Murray's pretty awesome. Next up, we have Cabin Fever. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about Cabin Fever. It's okay. It's not bad. Next up we have Clerks and Clerks 2. I like Clerks 2 better than Clerks 1, but Clerks 1 is still classic. Clerks 2 is just out of this world. It's just so, the humor is just so, it's so disgusting. I love it. Just, you know what I mean if you've seen it. I don't really want to say it out loud here. But, great movie. I love that movie. Especially at the end with, Dante and Randall when they're in jail and they really kind of come close to each other as friends and realize, we're friends. We got to stick through this because, Dante was trying to hate on Randall and get away from him. Anyway, moving right along, Cooper's Christmas. This is a movie that I recently discovered not too long ago, and I think it's absolutely hilarious. This is a rival contender for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Speaking of which, I guess I'll show this to you now while we're talking about that. This is like a modern-day National Lampoon's, I think. I think this movie came out in 2006, and it's kind of like a toilet humor movie with family. I like it. It's good. It's funny. It's all shot on like a Blair Witch kind of a camcorder. The family, the Coopers, get this camcorder for Christmas, or not Christmas, but I think they find it in their alley or their attic, and then they bust it out on their first Christmas, and they document the whole Christmas. It's kind of like a Blair Witch style. So if you don't like that shaky cam style, you're probably not going to like it. But it's really funny. I really enjoyed it. Next up is The Crow. Brandon Lee. This is an awesome movie as well. Very violent. It has a Nine Inch Nails song, Dead Souls, in there. That was a remake of Joy Division. That was an awesome part. I'm going to have to speed this up. This is going to be a long video. I'm sorry, guys. I am just rambling. Let's just get to the chase here. Let's just show some videos. We don't have to talk about them. Cube 2, and Cube 0. These are awesome movies. If you're a fan of Saw-type movies, you're going to love these. These are made... this one is a Canadian film, actually. This is an independent Canadian film that was made in, 1999, I think it was? Awesome sci-fi. If you're a fan of sci-fi, you have to have this on your list. The Cube is awesome. It's about a group of strangers that wake up in this transforming mechanism, this giant room. It's like thousands and thousands of rooms long, and a lot of the rooms have traps in them. So, and they have to try to maneuver their way through to get out. Awesome movie. This one is the best. Number 2 was kind of ho-hum. Actually, it was crap. And number 3 is, I like this one, probably next to the first one. This one was deemed as a prequel. We're trying to show you what went on behind the scenes of the room. So there was actually people that were controlling the victim's outcome from another room aspect. Kind of like Cabin in the Woods, which we'll get to a little later on in this documentary, or whatever you want to call this. Next up, The Day the Earth Stood Still. It's a pretty good movie. I've only seen it once. I think this was actually a blind buy, and I actually ended up enjoying it. Fight Club, classic Fight Club. Brad Pitt, Edward Norton. If you don't know that, then I don't know where you've been living, but it doesn't need an explanation. Neither does the next one, Forrest Gump. Pretty self-explanatory, great movie there. Freddy vs. Jason is next. I'm a big fan of Freddy and Jason, and I thought this movie was good. The critics, it was kind of slammed by critics. People didn't really like it, but what do you expect? It's a horror movie, it's Freddy, it's Jason. I enjoyed it for what it was. They need a sequel. I think they really need a sequel. Next up is the very, very disturbing Funny Games. I say this is disturbing because it is a very warped film. It is. You have to have a strong stomach to watch this because it's about these two boys, and they're just white. They're just kind of weirdos, and they go and like torture this family, just for no reason. And they're like really smug about it too. They're really happy about it. They're like, yeah, we're gonna break your leg now. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. It's really twisted, but I like it. I like that kind of a movie. Next up is the classic Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters duology with 1 and 2. 1 is better than 2, obviously, but there you go. Classic franchise as well, another Bill Murray classic. We also need Ghostbusters 3 really bad. Someone would probably argue that. Grandma's Boy is next. This is a funny movie about video games, so if you like video games, you will love this movie. It's hilarious. It's brought to you by the people that made Adam Sandler movies. I think it's Happy Madison. Yeah, Happy Madison. So you got a lot of like Adam Sandler kind of people that show up in the movies. Not Adam Sandler specifically, but the kind of people that show up in his movies. It's a funny movie. Actually, I really enjoyed it. It's about video game testing. Groundhog Day. I love this movie. Bill Murray. As you can see, I got a lot of Bill Murray movies. Bill Murray's one of my favorite actors. So Groundhog Day. This is one of my favorite movies. Trapped in a time warp, living the day over and over again. I think that's kind of neat. Would you like to do that? I would. What day would you like to relive? Anyway, next up, Harold Kumar Go to White Castle. Plus, Harold and Kumar escape from Guantanamo Bay. This movie is awesome. This one's not bad either. This is actually a very, very surprising film. When it first came out in theaters, me and my friend Lars actually laughed hysterically about the fact about this movie. We never saw it, but we saw the ad and we're like, how do you make a movie about two people going to White Castle eating hamburgers? And we were just like, what a stupid movie. We're just like, I don't want to see that. And one day it came on TV, and I was just like, whatever, it's free, I might as well watch it. And I was hooked. I was like, shit, this movie is awesome. It was really funny. I was surprised at how good it was. So it got me hooked on the franchise. Oh, speaking of another funny movie here, Hot Tub Time Machine. This movie is hilarious as well. Oh man, this is a recent movie. You've got John Cusack again. This guy's awesome. Rob Corddry, he's hilarious as well. And this boy that's in everything. This little annoying boy that's mistaken for a girl. This movie is hilarious. It came out a couple years ago, and it was one of the funniest movies of that year. Surprisingly, with a name like Hot Tub Time Machine, you're like, what? It actually was good. It was really good. Hostel is up next. I don't have much to say about Hostel. I Am Legend with Will Smith. That is another decent movie. Post-apocalyptic world. The Jacket with Adrian Brody. This is a great movie. I love this movie as well. Very psychological thriller. Kind of gets into your brain, makes you think. Another good movie. Kick-Ass. This is actually a Blu-ray, but it has one of these stupid cases from Blockbuster. It doesn't have the traditional little Blu-ray, so it's grouped with my normal DVDs. This is another great movie, another big surprise. I never saw it when it first came out, but then I just decided to go on a whim and see it, and I was very impressed with it. Lord of the Flies. This is a classic. This is a classic. I read this book when I was a child and growing up in school, and I saw this movie as well, I think, in school. And it's just a really good movie. It's just a really good, heartfelt, I don't know if you want to call it heartfelt because kids are killing each other. But it's a pretty good movie there. Lost Highway. This is a really deranged and warped movie from good old-fashioned David Lynch. No one really knows what the hell goes through his mind, and if any can explain this movie to me, I would love to. But it's just one of those movies that you gotta have in your collection. Anyway, The Matrix is up next. The Matrix is awesome with Keanu Reeves. This is the only one I like of this series. I don't like the others. Revolutions and Revelations or whatever, or Reloaded. Those ones suck. So I don't have them. I think I used to have one of them. Anyway, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. This is another classic movie. If you like old movies, you'll probably like this. Monty Python. The humor in this is just absolutely off the wall. The night scene, the knight getting all his limbs cut off. I think there's a chicken, and there's the bridge scene. That's a hilarious movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I should check it out. Mortal Kombat is up next. Believe it or not, I really like this movie. This is a good film to video game adaptation. This is probably the best video game to film adaptation out there because, there's not really a story in Mortal Kombat other than a bunch of people go fight, and that's pretty much what it is. You can't really go any wrong in that, can you? I thought it was pretty good. The second one, not so much. This is Murder Party. This is another strange kind of independent film. You probably haven't heard of it. I bought it at a video rental store that was going out of business for like a couple bucks, $5 or something. And it's quite interesting. Let me just quickly read a description on the back here. On Hallows Eve in Brooklyn, an average Joe loser named Chris finds an invitation to a costume party. Arriving at the quote-unquote party, Chris discovers he's fallen prey to a lethal trap set by deranged artists. As the night wears on, rivalries within the group flare up, a body count accurates, and Chris must take advantage of the ensuing chaos if he's to survive the night. So this is a pretty good movie. Oh, are you serious? The battery's gonna die. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, we gotta go through this fast, guys. I'm not doing a two-parter. Okay, The Outsiders. Office Space, hilarious movie. If you work in an office, you're going to find this even funnier. I work in an office, and this is so true. This is hilarious. I love this movie. So funny. Oh, Quentin Tarantino, classic Pulp Fiction. This guy is the master of filmmaking. I don't care what anyone says. Speaking of Quentin Tarantino, we got Reservoir Dogs as next. This is my favorite Quentin Tarantino film of all time, Reservoir Dogs. I love this movie, especially the gas scene. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Here we go. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street collection, so it's all the Nightmare on Elm Street DVDs here in one awesome collection. That is really cool. We got to move right along, folks. I do apologize about this. I hate zipping through my movies, but my battery's almost dead. This is The Return to Oz, the sequel to the official Oz movie. This movie is awesome. This movie is meant for children, but I don't care. I love it. It's TikTok and the Scarecrow, and it's just really cool. Requiem for a Dream. Another good movie, another weird movie. Rounders. Actually, I have not even opened this one yet. But Rounders looked really good. I like Matt Damon and Edward Norton. And it's actually a double feature. It's got Brothers Grimm in there as well, but I don't really care about Brothers Grimm. But Rounders, check it out. Look on the trailer. You're gonna have to, if you watch the trailer online, you're gonna have to stop watching it because it gives you too much away. Just halfway through the trailer, this is gonna be a good movie. This is gonna be a really good movie. You have to stop. Saving Private Ryan. Awesome war film from Steven Spielberg. Tom Hanks, love it. Matt Damon as well. Saw, I don't have all the Saw films, but I do like the Saw franchise. Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, and then I have one more, the Blu-ray of the Saw 7. So I'm missing a couple there. But some of the Saw films tend to get a little ridiculous after a while. The first 3 are definitely the best. 7 redeemed itself. Like 4, 5, and 6 are kind of crummy, but 1, 2, and 3 are the best. 1 and 2 specifically. Sidekick. I have not seen this. I bought it at Valiant Village for $3.99. It seemed okay. It seems like one of those superhero weirdo sidekick movies where some loser finds like a comic book and becomes a superhero. So Silent Hill. I've not seen the second one yet, so I cannot compare it to that. But I heard it's pretty bad. But I like the original. Ninja Turtles 1, total classic movie. Love this movie. Ninja Turtles 2, another awesome movie. It's hard to say which one's better. I think this one wins a little bit because this one has some cheese in it, like Vanilla Ice singing. Number 3 is complete garbage, though. Complete abomination to the Turtles franchise. I don't want anything to do with that film at all. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Awesome Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Cannot go wrong. 13 Ghosts, another good horror movie. Check this out. Really good movie. Really spooky movie. It's got Matthew Lillard in it from the Scream movies. He inherits like a house or something, and there's a bunch of weird ghosts. It's a good movie. Check it out. Transformers, the movie, original movie from the 80s. Love this cartoon. Speaking of Transformers, we got a couple more Transformers films here. We got the original movie, or the Michael Bay one. With my steel case, this is kind of like this case here. And Revenge of the Fallen. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that film. I don't even know why I have it. Yeah. True Romance. It's another classic Tarantino film. This movie is awesome. Got Christopher Walken, Brad Pitt, Val Kilmer, Dennis Hopper, Gary Oldman, Christian Slater. Awesome cast. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's a great movie. It's kind of an unknown Tarantino classic. Have to check it out. The Weatherman with Nicolas Cage. Hilarious movie. And I don't know if that's just because I like the weather, but this is hilarious. This movie is awesome. Very vulgar, very dick and fart jokes, and it's an awesome movie. I was impressed with it. The Wizard. Okay, this is a video game channel. We already chatted about Grandma's Boy. We got another game-related DVD here as well. The Wizard. Come on, guys. How do you go wrong with The Wizard? Fred Savage. Come on. The Wizard. This movie is awesome. Super Mario Bros. 3! Use the whistle. Really? How the hell do you know about the whistle? It was a brand new game. That always pissed me off, but even as. Okay, now we're on to some Blu-rays here, folks. So that's all the end of the DVDs. I hope I can get through this in time. I can see it's on the last nudge of the battery here. There's not too many to go through, so starting Blu-rays now. Cabin in the Woods. I told you we'd get to Cabin in the Woods earlier. This movie is amazing. It's kind of like a spoof of every single horror movie out there. You got Evil Dead, and I don't really want to say much more about that. If you haven't seen the movie, you gotta check it out, because Cabin in the Woods is one of the best horror movies of all time. Very good movie. You think you're getting one thing and it turns out into something else. Don't watch a trailer before you go watch it. That's all I have to say. Do not watch a trailer. The movie will blow you away. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Final Destination 2, which is actually still sealed, but I saw it in the theater way back when. Ghostbusters. Actually, I got Ghostbusters again. I had the DVD and I have the Blu-ray. It's that good of a movie. You need to own it twice. I'm dead serious. Good Will Hunting, another awesome movie. Nominated for a lot of Academy Awards. Actually, one Academy Award winning Best Original Screenplay and Best Supporting Actor for Robin Williams. Awesome movie. Very serious movie. It's a drama. If you don't like people talking and being serious, it may not be for you, but I loved it. Gran Torino, another movie about talking and being serious. This is a very, very, very awesome movie with Clint Eastwood kind of being like a racist and he wants to protect his car from the family next door of goofs that are trying to like just hate on him. Awesome movie. Check it out. Gremlins. Another classic movie. You can't go wrong with Gremlins, can you? You can never go wrong with Steven Spielberg. Harold and Kumar Christmas. So we chatted about earlier about how I like Harold and Kumar. That's number 3. I really like Harold and Kumar. Hobo with a Shotgun. This is a hilarious movie. It's still in its plastic, but I did see this movie. Totally awesome movie. This is a Canadian film as well, filmed in Halifax. It is hilarious. If you haven't seen Hobo with a Shotgun, you have to see it. It's very vulgar. It's very violent. A lot of swearing. So if that's not your thing, maybe stay away from it. If you're under the age of like 17, it may not be your thing. But check it out. Hilarious movie nonetheless. Hollow Man. Here's another classic from the early 90s, or late 90s I should say. I think it was 1999. This movie came out 2000. Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon's awesome. We got Iron Man here with Robert Downey, drug addict. That is a great movie. Jurassic Park trilogy. No, that's not the Jurassic Park thing. What am I doing? I seriously cannot do the Jurassic Park thing, but whatever. It's the Blu-ray collection. I got this for Christmas last year, and I love it. Jurassic Park is one of my favorite trilogies of all time, and I cannot wait for the 4th one. I don't care what anyone says. I will even take dinosaurs with guns at this point. I know that sounds lame and stupid, but we need a new Jurassic Park movie. Number 1 is the best. Number 2 follows number 3. So in order. Exact order is the order it is from best to worst. Favorite franchise of all time. Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator. Cannot go wrong. Speaking of Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator, we have the follow-up, Predators, with Adrian Brody. This is another great movie. Underrated film. It is great. Almost as classic, if not more classic, than the Arnold Schwarzenegger original. Speaking of Arnold Schwarzenegger, we got another action hero here. We got Sylvester Stallone, and this one is Rambo. This is technically the 4th one, not to be mistaken with the first one or anything like that. It's still sealed as well. This is a great movie. I saw it in the theater with my good friend Lars. He's a huge Rambo fan. He convinced me to go check it out. It was my first Rambo movie, and I thought it was awesome. Great way to start being a fan. Resident Evil 1. So we talked about video games. This is another video game movie adaptation. Some would say it sucked, but I think it's great. That's a good one. All the other ones after kind of sucked. We got The Rock with Sean Connery, and another awesome movie from the 90s. Sorry, my throat's getting kind of gummed up from talking so fast. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, another video game movie. This is amazing. If I have a little bit more time left over, I'm going to talk about this in just a minute. 7. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, amazing movie here. I haven't seen it in a while. It's a crime thriller. Very good movie. I recommend this one as well. Oh, another amazing one for 2010. The Social Network. This one is a spectacular movie. Oh man, I love this movie so much. Now, I want to talk about this movie as well. The funny thing about The Social Network is when it was first announced, it was just called the Facebook movie, right? And I thought that was so retarded. I was like, the Facebook movie, actually, there's 2 more movies that I want to get through. I'll go back to that. Transformers 3. Come on, guys. It's Transformers 3. It's better than the second one. It is. It's not bad. The scene at the end, when everyone gets destroyed, it's a great scene. It's an epic scene. It's like 40 minutes of just pure chaos. Like every robot gets like their ass whipped to Kingdom Come. It's amazing. I don't know how they're going to come up with a 4th one. Half the robot cast died, but... And finally we have TMNT, the reboot, quote-unquote CGI reboot from